let me just ask, since you have been attached to some of the highest energy ideas, whether it's, crazy sounding stuff like
Mhm.
seasteading or radical longevity, or some other ideas from your background in venture capital and as a technologist yourself, what are the things that you're most excited if we could move them back into the institutions where they probably have
Hmm.
belonged all this time? What are the first sort of subjects and people that you would move back into institutional support to re-energize our society?
Um,
People or programs?
well, I do think there is something about basic science that has, it doesn't all have this sort of for-profit character. Some of it has this nonprofit character. We're building up this knowledge base for all of humanity, and and I don't yet know how we do basic science without some kind of institutional context, and so that's one that would seem absolutely critical. I'm super interested in the problem of longevity, radical life extension, and my sort of disappointment in the nonprofit institutions, the nonprofit world, has directed me more and more over the years to just invest in biotech companies and try to find these sort of better functioning corporate solutions. And then I always have this worry in the back of my head that maybe there are these basic research problems that are being sidestepped because they're too hard. So I think basic science is one that you'd have to do, but you have to somehow also reform the institutions so you don't have this Gresham's law where the politicians replace the scientists.
That sounds like a great one. I was very surprised to see that your friend Aubrey de Grey, who you funded to sort of get the radical longevity thing, was in the news for having solved a hard math problem in his spare time that nobody even knew he was working on. And so it seems like even though people would treat him as crazy, he certainly has a lot on the ball and probably is exactly the kind of a person who might energize a department, even if he might infuriate it.
If you can get him back in, you would. If you were able to get him back in, I think you'd be able to solve a lot of problems.